Stay tuned for the Splash Live. It's time for the Splash Live from Civic Center TV, featuring stories from and about people like you in the Greater West Bloomfield area. Simulcast on cable, 89.3 Lakes FM, social media, and the web. Now live from Green Media Center on Walnut Lake Road, it's the Splash Live.
Live, local, social. It's the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Thank you for being here. I'm your host for today, Kevin McIntosh. Starting off with one of the great Metro Detroit holidays, Tigers Opening Day is coming up on Friday. But before the Tigers hit the diamond at Comerica Park, the West Bloomfield Lakers have been hard at work, bringing baseball fever close to home. Reporter Jay Schaff has a story.
Spring has sprung here in West Bloomfield, which means baseball season has officially arrived. The West Bloomfield Lakers baseball season is officially underway with a stacked team of players ready to round the bases and hit some home runs. I had the chance to speak with the Lakers coaches and some of their players to hear just what the sport of baseball means to them.
I'm really excited. Playing that first game before spring break it got the boys pumped up, especially a walk-off win like we had. It was really fun to be back out here on the field playing baseball again. Especially being our senior year, we haven't won districts yet, the group. So that's the biggest goal here is win districts and then hopefully make a run in the playoffs.
What is it about the sport of baseball that has gotten your attention and that has gotten you so motivated to be a part of this team?
I would say kind of the fact that it's both a team game and an individual game. Your individual success helps contribute to the team success, and you're with your teammates. You're all fighting together for one common goal, so I love that aspect of the game. This is a team, I think we have 13, 14 seniors, so we've all grown together throughout the past 4 years. I really think we have something special here, and we're going to be able to make a run in the tournament. So we've all grown together, and I'm really excited for this year.
My whole family plays baseball. My dad played at Central Michigan. My brother plays at Michigan State right now, and I've just played baseball since I was 5 years old, and I've had a love for the game for a while now. All 3 years that I've been here, we've been very good, and it's been a blessing being here and winning a lot of games and having fun.
What is it about the sport of baseball that fascinates you more than any other sport?
It's such a game of failure. It's really going to test you mentally and physically, and the strong ones are the ones that are able to survive. And I love being a part of it every day and the competitive atmosphere that it brings out of every single coach and every single player. Every year has been exciting. We've been lucky to have really good players and really good kids, and this is another team that has both those components, and we're looking to do some really special things this year. So yeah, we're excited to say the least.
And of course, with Tiger season officially underway right here in Michigan, that's just even more of a reason for everybody to get excited for the sport of baseball right now, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, absolutely. The Tigers gave us a lot of fun times last year, and a lot of people have jumped back on the bandwagon, so to say, and to see it develop and get more fan base going and the hype going, it's nice to see. It really is.
What do you have to say about your relationship with Coach Bernberg?
Coach Josh, I've known him. My brother played here. I was still in middle school. So Josh, I've known him for a while. He was a basketball coach in 7th grade for me. Played for his summer team last year, so I've had a good relationship with him.
We got a lot of guys heading to the next level to play, all kids that have really been playing for me for the last 3 or 4 years. So really cool to see their growth throughout the program and them to be little kids coming in basically and now grown men for the most part. So exciting to see how much their journey has been just a phenomenal experience for them here and how much we have to look forward to for what they're going to do at the next level and beyond. It's honoring and humbling for me to have a real small part in the success that these kids have and to watch them go through their journey and see where they came from and where they're at now. So like I said, I'm honored, I'm humbled, I'm blessed to be around them every single day, and I'm going to cherish and love every single moment that this season brings.
It's sure to be an incredible baseball season for the sport's many fans, as well as an incredible swan song for some of the Lakers' top seniors. And their success is truly a reflection of a coach who truly cares about these players and wants to see them go all the way. For Civic Center TV, I'm Jake Schaff.
Thank you so much for that story, Jake. As I'm watching it, I miss playing baseball in high school so much, man, but I'm so glad they're out there having fun, getting ready for the season. And you can keep up on West Bloomfield High School athletics right here on the Splash Live and learn more about the game times all season long on westbloomfieldathletics.com. Civic Center TV's celebration of 40 years of the Greater West Bloomfield Cable Commission and 89.3 Lakes FM kicks off this week. As a matter of fact, all month long, you will be seeing some of your favorite programs from throughout the years replaying on TV and on the radio. West Bloomfield resident and Parks and Recreation Commission chairperson Robert Brooks introduces a moment when one of our local stars shined the brightest on the national stage, long before nowadays as he makes his way to the National Football League. Let's take a look.
Hello, and welcome to Civic Center TV Classics. I'm West Bloomfield resident and Parks and Recreation Commission chairperson, Robert Brooks. I invite you to join in as Civic Center TV celebrates 40 years of the Greater West Bloomfield Cable Communications Commission. Every fall, thousands come out to what's called the Swamp to enjoy West Bloomfield Lakers football. In 2020, Civic Center TV had a chance to speak with Donovan Edwards after he announced his decision to play at the University of Michigan. Let's take a look.
We'll speak to Donovan Edwards now. We'll come back over to the number 50 here in the middle of the field. Donovan, of course, earlier on today committing to the University of Michigan. As painful as it is for me as a Spartan to say that, cannot congratulate you enough. You had such an amazing career here at West Bloomfield High School. You've made such a great impact, not only on your teammates and on the high school, but in the community as well. A great player and a great person in the community also. So, the University of Michigan was one of those last 7 schools on your list. When it came down to it, what led you to decide Michigan is the perfect place for me to play at the next level?
I feel as though it was the opportunity that I would be able to come in and have and just change the program, bring it back to where it needs to be. I feel as though the type of caliber player I am, I feel as though I could bring the program back on top, to what we call ourselves the winningest program, and I can't do that without the players that's going to be involved with us. So, I got a terrific quarterback, JJ, with me, a beautiful offensive line that I could see myself running behind for the next 4 years. So, it's up.
A lot of West Bloomfield athletes have gone to the next level at the University of Michigan, especially on the football side in recent years. Makari Page and Cornell Wheeler, most notably. How much of an impact did those two guys, those two close friends of yours, have on your decision to go to the University of Michigan?
Really, for me, it was like seeing Kari play a lot as a freshman. I'm like, dang, bro, that's my boy. He in the game. He getting his reps and stuff. Cornell, he's still on the up and coming. But I wouldn't say it really played too much of a huge impact for me, but it definitely played an impact for me that, I have brothers that set the program with me who I know that will look out for me at all times.
You've had a long-standing relationship at West Bloomfield High School with Coach Ron Bellamy. Talk about how he has helped you develop as an athlete, as a young man, and prepare yourself for all the notoriety and the fanfare that has come with your football career here at West Bloomfield and your decision to play at the next level at the University of Michigan.
I think he prepared me very, very well for this situation. Ever since I got my first offer from Michigan, we've been going through this recruitment process together. As time went on, as I developed as a player, I would continue to get better. I've been getting highly recruited, more and more and more. So I guess ultimately it was more of just weighing out pros and cons to see what place will best fit me.
Over 1,000 yards rushing on the season. absolutely dominant, especially in that last game against Livonia Stevenson. It seemed like every time you touched the ball, you were going to get into the end zone. If the season had continued on, if it hadn't been paused recently by the Department of Health and Human Services due to the surge in COVID-19, is there any school in the state that could have possibly stopped this Laker team from winning a championship?
No.
Love that answer. We were joined with Donovan Edwards, star running back here at West Bloomfield High School, heading on to the next level to play at the University of Michigan. Donovan, you have had such an amazing career at West Bloomfield High School, certainly a legend on the football field here at the Swamp. Any advice for other young athletes coming up in the football program or in other athletics in the West Bloomfield School District on your way out?
Man, just stay patient, man. Like, when your opportunity come, you got to seize your opportunity, man. Like, as well as that being said, like, you got to come in with the mentality, like, man, like, I'm about to dominate this. I got to dominate, what's going on right here. And it's like, I feel as though, like, as a player of a high caliber, you just got to have the mentality to be the best every single day.
Well, Donovan, we appreciate it. Thank you very much. Congratulations on an amazing career at West Bloomfield. Good luck at the University of Michigan. You won't agree with my next two words, go green, but I will give you an opportunity to give a rebuttal.
I'll give you an opportunity. I'll give you two more words, go blue.
After a championship career at West Bloomfield and at the University of Michigan, Donovan is now setting his sights on the NFL. Entering this year's draft, we'll be rooting for him for sure. The celebration of 40 years of the Greater West Bloomfield Cable Communications Commission continues online. Follow along on social media and enjoy television that's close to home online on civiccentertv.com. I'm Robert Brooks. Thank you for tuning in.
And stay tuned in for more of these special moments all day, every day, right here on Civic Center TV and on the now 50 years old 89.3 Lakes FM, Greater West Bloomfield's very own community radio station and your radio home for the Splash Live. Spring is here, and that means the outside is calling your name and it's calling everybody's name. And our local parks and recreations departments are hard at work to prepare for the spring and the summer festivities so that we can all enjoy a safe and fun weather season. And we recently spoke with Kirsten Sonneville Douglas from Keego Harbor's Parks and Rec to see how they are getting ready for the busy season. Keego Harbor Parks and Rec member Kirsten Sonneville Douglas, thank you so much for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you for being here. Appreciate you for bringing some more spring activity and excitement right to the show. So first and foremost, can you just tell us what Keego Harbor Parks and Rec is doing ultimately just to prepare for the spring and summer season?
Oh, this is when it gets busy, right? Because we want our community out and connecting. And so it kicks off with starting some beautification projects within our parks, like canal cleanup at Willow Beach. But then we've got some fun community events like the egg hunt. We've got a community garden that will be opening. So we've got a lot going on this spring.
Okay, that's very exciting. We will talk about the canal cleanup coming up as well. That's one of the things that we are familiar with as well. But how is the city ultimately working to ensure that the parks and public spaces are ready for increased use during these warmer months?
Well, your commissioners, the group of volunteers that are on this Parks and Rec Commission, will do a park evaluation. So just making sure to see what projects need to do by and just taking a look at all of the playground structures, the little gazebos, the picnic benches. We're always looking for volunteers to help. We need help with cleaning up some of the grills in all of the parks. So there's so much to do, and we're always looking for help too.
And that's great. That's a good point that you just brought up, some of the improvements that we are looking forward to. But how about in the last year or since the last season, has there been any improvements to any public spaces or parks that we should know of?
Yeah. So many. We added a disc golf course. That was a huge one over at Baxter Morgan. And so we'll be adding signage there as well. So that's an ongoing project. I'm hoping to do some parking over there as well. That's always an issue in our small little city, is not enough parking. What else are we trying to do? We've got some wetland initiatives over at Fran Leaf, making sure that we're keeping the canal clean. I know that we're talking about that.
Right.
But what else is there? The park right behind City Hall, making sure that that pond is taken. I know Doug, our DPW, is really trying to make sure that that's beautiful and kept up too. So we've just got tons of projects. And then last spring, we kicked off something with the Kigo Connect, where we painted all of the ballards at a couple of the parks just to make it pretty and colorful. So people that are walking, you got the image there, which I love. And so just when people are walking the trail, they get to see some colorful ballards with our parks.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah, you can see the visuals right here on Civic Center TV if you haven't seen it before. Yeah, a beautiful day outside. Good time to be out there, be around other people, and just enjoy that spring and summertime, which we have to right here as Michigan residents as well. So with me right here live on The Splash, by the way, talking about the spring and summer season coming up in Kigo Harbor Parks and Recreation, Kirsten, Sonneville, Douglas. And since we are, just go ahead and segue right into it, the canal cleanup. Can you just give us an overview of what we are expecting as volunteers for this upcoming event?
Bring your boots, your waders. We just need manpower to help clean up the leaves that get pulled into the canal at the Willow Beach swim site. That's one of our parks. It's a little small swim site, and it ends up being pulled into the Fran Leaf part. And so we want to make sure that we're keeping that clean. And so when the water levels are low, that's the best time for us to do it. And we're super thankful because we do have amazing volunteers from the Willow Beach Association that do kind of help clean up during the year. But this is just kind of the big initiative to get all of those leaves that fell in the fall, get them out of the water, and so that it can move past cleanly through there. So we just need manpower. Bring your boots, your waders, and we just kind of take it out of there. And it's fun. It takes a couple of hours.
Yeah. And are you looking for more volunteers now? Is there still a sign up? And if they wanted to, how could they do so?
Always looking for volunteers for anything that we're doing. And actually, there is no sign up. Just show up.
There you go.
It's on April 5th from 12 to 2 at the Willow Beach swim site.
Perfect. Now, let's just speak to the people who are listening and watching right now, and they want to help in some sort of way, but maybe it's just not in their schedule for that specific day and time. How can local residents and businesses get involved beyond just attending this event?
Connecting with us, right? Connecting with us on Facebook or connecting us with our city website. We're always looking for volunteers. We're looking for commissioners for our commission as well. It's a volunteer commission. And so, they can connect with us there. Come to any of the events. We've got pretty much all of our commissioners come to almost all of the events. And so if they have questions or want to get more involved, we'd love to connect with anyone.
Perfect. And this is just one of the many initiatives within our community, right, that ultimately needs volunteers in order to work, in order to even be impactful. And with that being said, can you just speak to the difference that it makes to have volunteers to help out in these public spaces to keep our canal clean? I just want you to just talk about the impact that it has.
It's impactful in many ways, right? Just with us connecting with our neighbors and being servants and just wanting to do better for our community and our resources, right? This is just a simple resource that we're keeping beautiful, but it helps, right, the ecosystem as well. So it's just a multi-level contribution. And when you volunteer, it helps everyone.
Yeah, and I would agree with that as well. It's just a good deed overall, and just knowing that you contributed to the beautification, environmentally speaking as well. I mean, we are getting out there and doing a good deed for our community and connecting with each other, but like we said, it's also cleaning up the environment as well, and that's a good key thing that just helps out in the long run as well. Kirsten, we appreciate you. Is there any additional information, details that people could reach out to, or if they want to find out more details about this event or anything else that has going on in Keego Harbor, I should say?
Always connect with us on our Facebook page, which is KH Parks. And then also the city website, we have the calendar there, which is keegoharbor.org. And so just, yeah, we'd love to connect with you. We've got a couple events. We've got that canal cleanup coming up. Our community garden is also going to open on the end of April 26th, and we still have plots available. So if people want a little garden, that's another opportunity for them to connect. And then the big kickoff for our events really is the Memorial Day events with the ceremony and the parade.
Lots to look forward to in the spring and summer of 2025, and we appreciate you for taking time to bring it to our audience as well. Once again, from Keego Harbor Parks and Rec, Kirsten Sonneville Douglas, we appreciate your time and information.
Thank you for having me. Have a great day.
There is a lot in store for the spring and summer seasons right here in Greater West Bloomfield, or specifically Keego Harbor. To keep up with everything going on in Keego Harbor, by the way, you can visit their Facebook page, KH Parks, for more information regarding Keego Harbor Parks and Recreation for the spring and summer season. Gino's Pizzeria and Restaurant is hosting a special celebration for the Detroit Tigers opening day versus the Chicago White Sox. And with me, live on the Splash from Gino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, is Executive Chef Rocco Santia. Thank you for being here, sir.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate you having me.
No, absolutely. Always a pleasure having you on. So first and foremost, we all celebrating and getting ready for the celebration of opening day. Can you just talk about the inspiration behind Gino's Pizza even wanting to host some type of special festivity for the event?
Yeah, I mean, opening day is about the Tigers and all that, but it's also the start of spring and warmth and the restaurant business. That's always a great sign. Mother Nature determines when we get busy again, and it's a great start to the warmth and busy time for us. And Tigers opening day is just one of the things that we look forward to. Our patrons here are incredibly loyal to us. Anytime we do something like this, they come out. Last year we did this and had a bunch of people that don't normally come to Gino's but heard about it from your interview with my father last year. And again, they support us in everything we do, and we're looking forward to giving back and doing some of this again.
I know, right? Such a great time, and like you said, it just opens up Metro Detroit and just lets us know 'tis the season for spring and April in the D, and it's a great time overall. So, can you just further explain how the celebration, you all celebrating having these festivities, overall reflects your connection to Greater West Bloomfield and Keego Harbor?
Well, we do a lot of things like this that are free to the community. We do car shows and Tigers bus trips, and we've been here 55 years, and I can't say it enough, Kevin. Our patrons are so loyal and true to us that anything we do, they always come out and support us. It makes us feel good doing things like this and seeing the turnouts, and it's just a feel good thing for us. We love doing it. My dad, Gino, has always been a big Tigers fan, and so there was an extra incentive to do this year after year. And we put out some chili dogs, and the games are on, and do some pools and stuff, and everybody knows everybody. It's just a fun vibe. It's a great feeling. It's a fun day for us.
Oh, my goodness. You already said something that made me hungry. I want to further dive into that. But with us right here live on The Splash, Executive Chef and from the management team of Gino's Pizzeria and Restaurant in Keego Harbor, we have Rocco Santia talking about their upcoming Tigers opening day festivities. So you just gave it a little bit away, some chili dogs. I'm already excited for that. What other things are we all expecting? Any special menu items you're offering for the festivities?
Not necessarily for that. We don't open till 3. We're opening early just for the game itself. So you got to have Coney dogs for a Tigers game. We're going to put some peanuts and stuff out there, but it's more about just coming and watching the game. And again, just another thing that people ask and people ask for it and look forward to it. So we do it.
No,
It's simple, Kevin.
Yeah, and just like we said, that even though the team plays in downtown Detroit, it spreads out to all local areas of Metro Detroit, and we all like to take part in it because the blood of the Tigers, the Lions, the Pistons, it runs in all of us. But for you to be a local business and take the time to do something like this, like you said, you even opened it earlier for this. It just goes to show your dedication to it. So, can you further explain the role that supporting local sports cultures plays in your overall business strategy?
Yeah, it's the sports plays a huge part in businesses. When the Lions were thriving, all the businesses did well. When they lost that playoff game, a lot of businesses, were disappointed in the revenue that was lost. It's a big influence, especially in Detroit, where we're passionate about our teams, and we support them win and lose, and Tigers are just one of those things. So it's the first home game of the year, and like you said, Kevin, it doesn't. They're playing in Detroit, but it spreads out throughout the state, even outside of the state. You got Tigers fans all over the place. So it's just one of those things that we look forward to.
Yes, we're all looking forward to it. Like we said, something that you all have been doing as a tradition at this point that we all look forward to participating in and coming and bringing in the season as well. Don't want to hold you up too much longer. Just any additional information about Geno's, future events, or the Tigers opening day festivities that you want to give to the community.
We post a lot of stuff on our Facebook. If you follow us on Facebook, we do patio bands on Friday nights. And like I said, we do a Tigers bus trip. We boast a 99% return rate on that. We seem to lose one person every year, not by tomfoolery or anything. Sometimes, like last year, one guy just met his wife down there and didn't come back with us. So we take 100 people and usually get 99 back. It's kind of a funny thing that goes along with it. But we'll do a car show in the summer. And, again, we try to do things for the patrons and community best we can. We've been here 55 years. And my dad, Gino, and his sister, Irene, they're very giving people. They like to do a lot of things for the community that it doesn't matter if we get return revenue from it. It's just something that they like to do. They've always been that way. So we post those things on Facebook, try to come up with some new stuff here and there. And, it's about the people. Like I said, we've been here 55 years, Kevin, and our relationship with our customers goes way beyond here's your bill and what would you like to order. We've been at their weddings. They come to our houses. They've been on functions that we do socially that aren't involved with Geno's. It's a weird place how the relationship has evolved into way more than a patron worker relationship. As far as that day, we'll open the doors at noon. We'll have the chili dogs ready and the game on, the volume up, and like I said, we'll do some goofy little pools and give some prizes and things like that. Ooh. So it's just a fun event, Kevin, and we look forward to offering that stuff to our patrons who take such good care of us. We're not unaware of how good they are to us.
Of course. I love everything that you said about it. It's making me look forward to it. And like we said, we don't know what the weather's going to be like outside. So if you want to enjoy the game inside in a great environment right here in Kego Harbor, that's exactly where you want to be. Geno's Pizzeria and Restaurant. And thank you again for touching on the bus trip to Comerica Park, another tradition that you all provide right here in our area. And we appreciate you again. Don't want to hold you up, sir. Once again, Executive Chef from Geno's Pizzeria and Restaurant, Rocco Santia. We appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate you for including us in this.
Absolutely. Something we love to do. Continuously keep up with everything going on at Geno's. Once again, you can keep up on their Facebook page at 1999 Cass LKRD, short for Cass Lake Road, 1999 Cass Lake Road. All month long, you will be seeing some of your favorite programs throughout the years replaying on TV and the radio. We'll get into that very, very soon, celebrating right here on Civic Center TV. We are live, local, social. It's The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Bringing you stories and memories from Kego Harbor, Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
Hey everybody, I'm Oakland County Executive Dave Coulter, and I want to congratulate Civic Center TV on surpassing 1 million views on YouTube. That's a huge milestone, and it's more important than ever in this day and age that we have good, independent, local, reputable journalism. And I want to congratulate Civic Center TV on this important milestone. I'm Dave Coulter, and I'm proud to be 1 in a million.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Missed one of our live broadcasts or one of your local municipal meetings? Check it out online at civiccentertv.com. Every meeting, show, and interview on demand. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to The Splash, live.
Live, local, social. It's The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm your host, Kevin McIntosh. After recently addressing Oakland County residents during his State of the County address, Oakland County Executive Dave Coulter spoke with Civic Center TV to further explain his plans and how it will affect Greater West Bloomfield.
Oakland County Executive Dave Coulter joining us right now on The Splash. Dave, very happy to have you with us today.
Hey, always great to be with you. Thanks for having me.
Of course, always love talking to you. We spoke a little bit at the event just a couple days ago, and now we want to get into a little bit more talk about how this is going to be affecting cities like West Bloomfield. And reflecting on the progress that you've made since your last State of the County address, what achievements since then are you the most proud of, and what lessons have you learned that are going to inform, that are going to help shape some of these new initiatives?
Oh gosh, that's a great question, because I'm proud of a lot of the work that we're doing. I talked the other night, like you said, at the Berman Center in West Bloomfield about the way that we're leaning in to help our small businesses. I'm really proud of the fact that we have doubled down on our support for our entrepreneurs, our small businesses. You know, Oakland County is a wealthy county, and sometimes we're known for things like being the headquarters of, Stellantis and General Motors Orion, but it's our small businesses that really drive the economy here. It's over 90% of our businesses are small. And so we've done a lot through our Oakland Thrive program to lift up and support the needs of our small businesses, whether it's for marketing or for capital or website design. Whatever a small business needs, we're trying to be there to lift them up and to support them. And I'm really proud of that.
You should be. We've had Oakland Thrive on our show very, very recently. They talked about all the work that they have done to help West Bloomfield businesses. They're going to be having an event in just a couple weeks to honor some of those businesses. How have you seen things in West Bloomfield specifically improve so much when it comes to small businesses?
Oh my gosh, I mean, this has been a successful area anyway, right? But one of the things I wanted to talk about in the speech, and the speech was a little different than some of my other ones, where I just sort of tick off accomplishments, because what I said was, West Bloomfield Township, Birmingham, the areas that you cover, they're successful, but we need to be mindful of the environment that we're in today, the polarized environment that we're in today, the changes that we're seeing as a country, and I think we need to lean in. One of the things I talked about in this speech was to stretch, to do more in areas that help lift everybody up, because it's not enough that just some people are doing well. It's important that we all do well and that we're in this together. And so I'm really proud to have given this speech in West Bloomfield. I'm really proud of the work that's been done there. West Bloomfield Supervisor Jonathan Warshay, my former neighbor, actually was the MC of our event. I'm so proud of the work that's done here. But we have an obligation as a people and as a county to make sure that everybody gets lifted up and that we get past this polarization, the chaos that we sometimes feel in this country and even in our own county and community, and put what I said, progress over politics, progress over chaos. And that was really the theme of this speech.
That's a great message for everyone to keep into mind. Progress over politics. And one of the big things you've talked about is the expansion of public transit into more areas of Oakland County. Are there plans to enhance transit options in and around West Bloomfield to improve accessibility for residents and businesses?
There are. And, I talked about that a little bit as well. So the first thing we have to do is we need more buses and more riders, right? We need, shorter hours, shorter time to get to public transit, make it easier. And so just in the last 2 years, we've hired more than 400 new drivers to make the transit more accessible for folks, right? And then the important thing is to make it so that you can go to more places. So when you leave the West Bloomfield area, you can get to Rochester Hills or Novi if that's where your job is or if that's where you need to go. So we've increased, for instance, Novi. The ridership to Novi is up 76% since the millage. And that's because there's a shorter wait time, there's more buses, there's more drivers. It's inexpensive, $2 a ride anywhere you want to go in Oakland County. So we're continuing to build out that network of places that you can go and the wait time that it takes to get there.
That's amazing. So many great resources for everyone here in West Bloomfield and beyond. And public safety, I know, is a very top priority for a lot of West Bloomfield residents. How does the county plan to collaborate with things like local law enforcement and emergency services to continue to ensure the safety of the community?
Yeah, that's a great question. One of the reasons people live in West Bloomfield and Oakland County is because it's a safe place to live and to raise your family. One of the ways that the county has helped support our sheriff's department is through mental health services. A lot of the calls that our police officers go on are related to substance abuse and mental health. And you know what? It's just not fair. They're not trained in that. So we now have a co-responder program so that if an officer is out there dealing with someone and he or she realizes that this is really a mental health or a substance abuse issue, they can call our team of co-responders who can help diffuse that situation, de-escalate it, and get those people into the treatment or hospital instead of the jails. And it takes the burden off of our first responders, and it keeps more of those types of folks who are having those issues out of our jails. So that's one way that the county has really tried to support our law enforcement over the last couple of years.
For those just joining us right now on the Splash Live, we have Oakland County Executive Dave Coulter joining us right now to talk about his recent State of the County address and how a lot of these changes and proposed changes are going to be affecting cities like Greater West Bloomfield. And West Bloomfield has a very diverse population. And how does your administration plan to ensure that county programs like Oakland 80 and mental health services effectively reach and support this diverse community?
I'm so glad you said that, because ever since I've been executive, I've tried to lift up the fact that this is a very diverse county. We have people from all over the world here. And the fact of the matter is the population in Oakland County would not have grown over the last 10 years if it weren't for our immigrant population. We need them. They fuel our growth and they make our communities better. So I talked about the need to make sure that everyone in our county feels welcome, they feel safe, they feel valued, and that we respect them. And so what we're trying to do at the county is to make sure that all of the programs that we offer, all of the services that we provide are accessible to everyone. And that means not just putting it on the website and just assuming that everybody can find it. We're working in the communities and in diverse communities to make sure that we're reaching them where they're at in a way that's accessible to them, so that they understand that these programs and services exist. We value them, and we want them to take advantage of it.
That's amazing. And a lot of people all around the West Bloomfield community are very excited about some of these programs. And I want to go into the West Bloomfield School District for a minute, because like many others, it faces challenges related to enrollment and funding. How can the county support local schools in preparing students for the workforce and higher education opportunities?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, because it's important, and sometimes people say, well, county government isn't the school district. It isn't schools. But our schools are so important to a successful community and a successful family life, right? And so we can't ignore it. One of the things that we're launching, that we just launched this last year, is we're putting education navigators, county-funded education navigators, in our high schools, so that we can expose our young people to the jobs, the apprenticeships, and the education opportunities that are available to them. Hey, it's hard to be a student these days. There's a lot going on. And so what we're trying to do through our Oakland 80 initiative, which is to get more of our young people and adults with some kind of post-high school education or training, is we're now embedding them right in our high schools. We're talking to our kids right where they are and saying, look, these are the high in-demand jobs. What are your passions? What are you passionate about? Where are your talents and skills? Let's see if we can align those so that we can help you get the career that you want, and also help our businesses get the employees that they want. And so we're really doubling down on trying to expose our kids to the jobs that are out there.
That's great that you have all these resources, and you're absolutely right. There are a lot of differences now for high school students than there were back when I was in high school, which wasn't too long ago, but a lot of great things for people to keep an eye on. And
a lot longer than when I was there, I'll just say. So the time, I guess the bottom line, and I love that you said that, is times have changed, things are different, and government needs to be flexible, and it needs to change with the times. And so it used to be that, you know, you could just put out a program and people would find it, or you would hope. But we know now that the struggles for young people and for everybody, frankly, are different. And I think it's one of the things I tried to highlight in this speech is that government needs to stretch and adapt to meet the times that we're in. And I think that's what we're trying to do in Oakland County. I hope we're doing it well.
Well, you're doing a fantastic job with everything you're doing. I got one more question for you, Dave, before we let you go. What specific benefits from the county's economic development strategies do you see impacting West Bloomfield within the next few years?
Yeah, so we are constantly trying to bring the right mix of companies and jobs to Oakland County, so that our residents have an ability to have a good life, to have a good job, to work for a good company. And so, you know, I've gone on a couple of different trade missions around the world. I've been to Dubai and South Korea, luring those companies back to bring those good paying jobs to Oakland County. But I want to make this point. These jobs aren't just for the benefit of the companies. I feel passionately that we're not just trying to bring jobs here, but good jobs. Jobs that you can feel excited about, you can be passionate about, and that pay a good wage, so that you can have a good life and you can raise your family on a good salary. And so that's what we're laser focused on, to bring the people of West Bloomfield and people across the county good paying jobs that they can raise a family on and have a decent life here in Oakland County.
Well, you are doing all the right things. You got a lot of plans in place. Can't wait to see how everything turns out. Executive Coulter, thank you so much for joining us today here on the Splash Live.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Great interview, great information. And once again, you can watch the entire State of the County address on our website. Go directly to civiccentertv.com and click on the On Demand tab for more information regarding the State of the County address. True Martial Arts serves the Greater West Bloomfield area in the Orchard Mall by providing self-defense and team building training for adults, businesses, and group sessions. But why is self-defense needed in a safe community like Greater West Bloomfield? I actually spoke with the owner and chief instructor for True Martial Arts West Bloomfield, Matthew Secor, to see how these self-defense classes complement the lifestyle of West Bloomfield residents. From True Martial Arts of West Bloomfield, owner and chief instructor Matthew Secor joining us right here live on The Splash. Thank you for being here, sir.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No, we appreciate your time first and foremost. Now, I just want to pick your brain about some of these new classes and things that you're offering, because West Bloomfield being considered one of these safe communities, especially in Michigan in general, how does True Martial Arts West Bloomfield complement the local lifestyle of our residents?
That's a great question. I'm glad you mentioned it, because that's exactly where I was headed. You know, we're very lucky to live in West Bloomfield. We're very lucky to live in such a safe community with great policing. And, you know, I think many of our students that come to us with this mindset of, you know, before they start their training of like, I don't know that I really need to learn self-defense. I don't know. I mean, I live in a safe community. Nothing bad is ever going to happen to me. And we like to stress the point when students come in that nobody wakes up that day feeling like, as they get dressed and get ready for work or to take their kids to school, that today is going to be the day where I'm going to have to defend myself or I'm going to find myself in a dangerous situation. So we try our very best to make sure that, you know, that we're preparing our students for those situations and hoping that they never have to use the skills that we're teaching them.
Absolutely. I always say it's better to have and not need than to need and not have. I'll take that route every single day. So having those skills and not needing them, I'd rather be in that situation all the time. So we're also highlighting your classes for adults, self-defense classes and groups and things like that. Can you explain how your self-defense classes are tailored for adults and these business groups?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a well-rounded martial arts program at our two locations. We have one in West Bloomfield in the Orchard Mall and another in Birmingham, where we have great programs for adults. We have Krav Maga classes, which is an Israeli martial art. We have karate classes, like full contact karate classes. We have Brazilian jiu-jitsu classes, kickboxing. So we have a wide range of different disciplines that we offer at our locations. But I'm glad that you mentioned the groups, because we've been doing a lot of self-defense training for different corporations, nonprofits, and different youth groups, adult groups. So we're very accustomed to coming into different workplaces and providing these different types of trainings. We find that it's a really good way to do some team building, to invest in employees, because, you know, this age that we live in, you know, there's workplace violence, there's different things. And what a better way to invest in your team than to try to help prepare them with confidence that they could handle themselves in a situation. Hopefully they never have to.
Yeah, no, good point. Good point. Great addition, too. And with me right here live on The Splash from True Martial Arts West Bloomfield, located at the Orchard Mall, owner and chief instructor Matthew Secor, talking about their group classes, their adult classes that they offer, and how it actually creates synergy within groups. Now, with that being said, I want you to touch on that part. So we talked about, offering the classes and how, you know, it brings groups together. But can you actually speak to it, to what, in your experience, how you feel like martial arts can create this improved workplace dynamic? Like, I would see martial arts as a one-on-one type thing. How does that work?
Yeah, that's a great question. An improved workplace dynamic. I'll just go by what the testimonials of a lot of the organizations that we've worked with have said to us, which is, oh, I'm so glad that you came in, because this is such a different type of thing for us to do together. And I found that it was really a great way to get everybody on the team involved, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like we try to craft our presentations to fit everybody. You know, sometimes we'll get a guy who's 6'5" and works out every day, and we have next to him is a lady who hasn't worked out in 20 years, spends a lot of time at the desk. So we try to craft these presentations in a way that everybody, it's palatable for everybody. Everybody can participate and take something away from it, and it gets people up and moving and working together. And a lot of the things that we do are hands-on, so it kind of breaks down those barriers of when you have two of your colleagues working together and problem solving. It really can be a lot of fun.
Oh, and as I think about it, as a kid, I was so fascinated with the karate movies and things like that. Then I eventually grew out of it. Now I'm just thinking about the opportunity to get back in there as an adult, learn some self-defense, do it with some coworkers, people that you don't usually get out and do fun stuff with. I can start to see, as you're mentioning, I can start to see how it all comes together. So sounds like a great opportunity. We don't want to hold you up too much longer. Do you want to talk about any future plans for True Martial Arts West Bloomfield classes or anything that you all offer?
Right now, we're offering a 2-week trial. So if you check out our website, true-ma.com, you can get involved with the different programs that we offer. We have a 2-week trial. Like I said, you can come in for unlimited classes for a couple of weeks, try out the different disciplines of martial arts that we offer. It's a great way to get exposed to what it is that we do and what martial arts are. Or if you're interested in our corporate self-defense programs or interested in bringing an instructor in to work with your group, you can shoot us an email or our phone number is on our website. And we'd love to work with, any people in the community that would be interested in learning.
Oh, man, sounds like a great time regardless. Please give them a try, give them a call, and try out those classes as well. Once again, we appreciate all of your information and your time from the True Martial Arts West Bloomfield location in Orchard Mall, owner and chief instructor, Matthew Secor. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
And you can find out more on True Martial Arts programs and events all on their website, just like he said, true-ma.com, or since you're already on social media, just visit them on Facebook at Bloomfield Martial Arts on Facebook. Fishing season is officially here right in Michigan, and West Bloomfield Township boasts numerous lakes offering diverse fishing experiences. And West Bloomfield Parks provides educational fishing programs designed to introduce families to the sport. So with me here on the Splash Live from WB Parks Naturalist team is Caitlin Stocker. How you doing, Caitlin?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you for being here. I love to pick your brain about nature and things going on, but let's just go ahead and start off with WB Parks and Fishing. How does WB Parks tailor its fishing programs to cater to both beginners and seasoned anglers right here in our community?
Yeah, so not only do we provide all the supplies necessary to get started fishing, but every once in a while, we actually will partner with people like Mike McKinstry of Basquatch, who is featured on Discovery Channel. So that way, we have some extra information for some of our more experienced anglers. But also, we've been known to help people set up their own lines. They'll bring them to us during our programs, and us naturalists will set up their lines for them. And even if they don't bring theirs, we have everything available right on the pier.
Ooh, that's very, very nice. Having all the resources right there, include instructors. We're very familiar with Mike McKinstry, so great work that he's doing all around the community as well. And like we mentioned, you all have a few programs that you all do too. Can you share a few insights into some of your programs or events and how it may impact fishing amongst family in West Bloomfield?
Yeah, so we're actually hosting a program called Go Fish on June 8th. This is held on one of the DNR's free fishing weekends. One is usually held in the winter time, so February, and then this one coming up, which is June 7th and June 8th. This is a great opportunity for families that might be interested in fishing to actually get out there and fish on the lakes for no cost. But that's why we hold this event, Go Fish, because it's already available to all of our community members. And then we're also offering largest catch and smallest catch rewards. So it's going to be a fun competition for all the families.
I want to make sure I heard that right. Did you say free? We can fish for free with this event if we register and participate?
So I should clarify, in general, so that way everyone knows. So the DNR holds free fishing weekends. So this means that you don't need a permit to fish in general. So any of our lakes in Michigan, you are welcome to go and fish, and if there's fishing available.
Nice. Okay, thank you for the clarification as well.
Absolutely.
Oh, it seems so fun. I can't wait to dive into some more. With me right here, live on the Splash, by the way, from WB Parks Naturalist team, we have Caitlin Stocker talking about the official fishing season right here in Michigan. With that being said, like we said, we're surrounded by great lakes right here in Greater West Bloomfield. But with that being said, are there any unique fishing opportunities that our local lakes like Orchard Lake, Pine Lake offers to some of our residents and visitors?
Yeah, so West Bloomfield Parks is home to 2 parks where you can actually fish, Bloomer Park and Marshbank Park. So Bloomer Park is off the Middle Straits Lake, and Marshbank Park is off of Cass Lake, which is really fun lake to fish on because Cass Lake is the largest and deepest lake in Oakland County. So it's great to be able to actually fish off of our pier at Marshbank Park and experience that lake.
See, you just educated me too on the largest and deepest lake right here in Oakland County as well. I would imagine it has a lot more to offer as well right here in our community. Love to hear that. And speaking of just educating us, I want you to kind of further explain how WB Parks educates the community. You gave us a good tidbit about the free, being able to fish on certain time periods as well without a permit. Can you just educate or tell us how WB Parks educates the community about these fishing regulations and just the sustainable fishing practices in general?
Yeah, so at WB Parks, it's really important that all of our fishing programs are catch and release programs. But if anyone wants to take the skills that we give everyone out fishing, that's great. We usually will discuss what makes a fish able to keep. So size is usually a big part. Breeding season for some fish is really important. So those are all different aspects that come to if you can actually keep a fish or not. So we want to make sure that everyone leaves our programs with that information, but at the end of the day, all of our programs are catch and release because we want to gain the appreciation for the animals that are in the water while we educate.
Right. Oh, okay. I didn't know that either. I'm glad to know that. So it's not necessarily catch and keep them and take them home. It's catch. It's really for the sport and the art of fishing in general is what I'm getting from it. And I love to hear that even more. And that sounds great. So how are we necessarily, from your angle, how are we promoting fishing right here in our community? Are we integrating some of the programs into other community events? How are we reaching out to other diverse groups to maybe encourage them to fish?
Yeah, so fishing isn't just at our nature programs and events. We actually host a event called Summer on the Bank every year, which sees around 1,000 guests. So many different people in the community come to these events. Everyone can fish. We provide all the materials you need, so you don't need to come to this fun event and bring your fishing pole. We have it for you. Nice. Also, any groups that are interested in fishing and learning how to fish can schedule an appointment with a naturalist, and we are happy to share the skill of fishing to anyone.
Oh, okay. So we recently talked about doing group things together and building that camaraderie, and this is another opportunity for people in a group, maybe a business, an organization, maybe even a work buddies, to come together and book a session to come and fish with WB Parks Naturalist team. Thank you again for putting out this information about resources and activities that many people may or may not have known about. Don't want to hold you up too much longer. Any additional or future initiative from WB Parks or information about your fishing programs would you like to share with our audience?
Yeah, so any kind of information for events, programs that we are going to be hosting can be found on our website, which is wbparks.org. We are just really happy to continue to share the message of sustainability and actually gaining that appreciation for the nature around us, because this is such a great resource that we have in West Bloomfield Parks and in West Bloomfield in general, and we just want to continue to foster that love.
I will 100% agree with that. A lot of things that I didn't know was going on. Can't have an excuse saying that you're bored in this community. We have so much to offer. Once again, from WB Parks Naturalist team, Caitlin Stocker, thank you again.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You have a better one. You can find out more on the WB Parks Facebook page in regards to everything that they have going on at WB Parks or on their website at WBParks.org for more information. Make sure you check out Civic Center TV on Facebook as well at Civic Center TV 15, on YouTube, Instagram, and X. That's the app formerly known as Twitter, at Civic Center TV. And of course, always at CivicCenterTV.com. I've been your host for today, Kevin McIntosh, and I greatly appreciate you for being here per usual. We are live, local, social. It's The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.